An iconic Austin building is getting a facelift.
Current students over at the University of Texas may only know it as an empty bookstore, but many of us remember it as the old Varsity Theater. Sits on the drag at the corner of Guadalupe and 24th, and KXAN's Rhonda Lee tells us about the big plans that will bring a little bit of old and new back to this busy intersection.
With that building, and there's like a couple of more down the drag that are kind of empty, it's kind of, I know, it's kind of sad.
In the shadow of the famous UT Tower is the busy drag at the corner of Guadalupe and 24th Street. But for those of you keeping score at home, this building has held a movie theater in the 1960s.
The slope theater floor is gone, but the catwalks, some of the catwalks are still in there.
A record store in the 1990s.
There's a second floor left over from when it was Tower Records.
And then a bookstore in the new millennium. This time the owners want to mix its past and future with a grand idea. But another eatery?
I think this is going to be raising the bar a little bit. All three of these are high quality operations, and it's going to be a little higher quality product being offered to the public.
The $2.5 million project is privately funded by the tenants Noodle & Company, Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, and Qdoba Mexican Grill. The restoration of the facade includes making the old one newish again.
Our approach is not to just forsake all the old and try to whitewash it into something new. We try to retain the character and, if possible, actually restore the character. Including
putting the historic Varsity sign back in its original location from days past.
We were very concerned about making sure that we kept the iconic nature of the building. It's the murals have been a very important part of this area of town for well over 20 years. And so we did a lot of research finding who the original artists were.
And developers haven't lost touch with their UT roots. They've decided to go ahead and open it up to students so that they can decide what will go on a soon-to-be blank panel.
On these film cells that we're going to paint, allow one to be blank, and we're going to have either a Facebook contest or some kind of a social media contest to get student input on what that new film cell should be.
The plan still faces a few bumps. They're still awaiting a few city permits needed to start the work, which is scheduled to start next week. And next week can't come soon enough for Tanisha.
It's kind of just been an eyesore on the corner, considering it's like right across from campus and you're used to seeing everything hustle and bustle.
At UT's campus, Rhonda Lee, KXAN Austin News.